preacher man. Ain't no light to see. All those plans I made for myself, I got nobody else to lean on.
Welcome to everyone joining us to experience stories of resilience, hope, perseverance, and joy.
Move over to a sport chair, basketball wheelchair.
Category of Best Video are...
We love you guys.
Hey there, live from the Loft 100 Studios in sunny San Diego, California. Big Biz Show is on the air. 110 million broadcast homes strong on television thanks to BizTV and YTA. Of course, we're on radio at the same time. iHeartRadio, Biz Talk Radio Network, and American Forces Radio Network in 175 countries and all the ships at sea. I'm Sully, that's Mike Costa, and the DTC, the Claw. Boom. Just like that. I'm starting to read my body language, too.
I saw one of our new intros, and there's a little in there from you.
Oh, is there?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
Very good.
Pretty good.
Mike Costa here, as he has been doing some commercial work for Cartwright, as well as the new Brawny package is coming out for the paper towel lovers.
Yeah.
And, of course, he'll be playing the role of Dinty Moore in the Broadway show. Stew Me. Thank you.
That is damn good.
It is.
Okay.
Isn't it? It is, isn't it? One of the funnest parts of this program is when we get emails from our viewers. Our viewers are across the country here in the U.S. We also get email from our radio audience, which is nationwide as well as international. And we had someone talk about a company called Leafly. And Leafly is a company we've talked about on the air before in the cannabis space. LFLY is their stock symbol. You can go to leafly.com. And it's really interesting because we finally got the CEO, and we've been being asked about the CEO for quite a while. And because I'm so very, very important, I was able to wrangle this guest single-handedly. Wow. Had nothing to do with it. Mike, would you like to do the introduction, please?
Sure. We welcome to the Big Biz Show for the first time, Yoko Miyashita.
Thank you, Michael. Nice to see you, ma'am.
Yeah.
I have a question. Do you get heat for the name Yoko?
Oh, all the time.
Yeah,
You
see?
Start making the jokes. I'm ready.
Can you sing?
Oh, God.
Okay,
Only am I on
neither
mine.
can she. It's the
So
same
you're just
person.
like
It's
her.
the same exact. She killed the Beatles. We've been talking about Leafly for quite a while, and this is what I have to say about your business. Cannabis was pre-peak in 2015, 2016. Got very popular, okay? Had some banking issues here, and we still do because of the FDIC. But then Canada suddenly recreationally, federally legalizes cannabis. I don't think they had the infrastructure in place. They certainly didn't have any marketing in place. And then, so cannabis went a little bit out of favor for a number of years. And boy, suddenly, Yoko, you guys are back in favor again. Talk to us about the arc of this story, because I think it's interesting how cannabis was the darling, then it was sort of ignored, and now you guys are the darling again. Speak a little bit about that, please.
Welcome to the roller coaster of cannabis. Up and down, up and down. And honestly, you just need to ignore that because this is long-term play, right? Like the reality is, notwithstanding all of those ups and downs, what persists? Consumer interest in cannabis.
Yeah.
And like, news alert, everyone loves weed. And that is in the US here, a 50 states issue. And this is going broad, this is going international.
So here's my question for you. Isn't the tipping point the banking issue here in the U.S.? As soon as we get federal legalization, banking opens up and this business goes crazy, correct?
Well, I would say banking go first. Like, this is ridiculous. We're a cash-only industry in a touchless payments world. So that simply needs to happen ASAP. We've got support in Congress around that. We just need to keep pushing for that. And the reality is federal legalization needs to happen. But you know what's going to happen? We're already at 50% of this country has access to legal weed today. states are moving quickly, and if the feds don't keep up, we're just going to see de facto federal legalization because all the states are going to have moved on this issue.
Yeah.
Yoko, to get everybody involved as far as government is concerned and seeing the benefits of it, you just have to, I guess the people need to die off, the ones that are thinking in terms of reefer madness, if we let cannabis go across the country.
Or just murder them? Would that be
no,
that?
no murder.
The irony here, right, is that, like, and you're talking about the stigma and all the jokes, and like, how about Yoko jokes and weed jokes, and if you can combine them into one by the end of the show, serious props to you. But the reality is, like, stigma, get over it. Because guess who's driving this movement? It's patients. Guess who got me into this movement? The 70-year-olds who are like, my magic weed cream is the only thing that helps me with my arthritis.
Having said that, 70-year-olds were at Woodstock, so I'm not really that surprised by this. No, but honestly, you make a great point, because my parents, my dad's 94, my mom's 83, and my mom is now talking about, because back in the day, in the 70s, it was the devil's weed. Right. Now she's talking about helping my dad's glaucoma. And honestly, and you have to understand that's a moray shift in this country, number one. Number two, it's an educational thing. And what's interesting here is that I think that Washington, I know, has politicized this to the point where it seems like prohibition to me. Doesn't it feel like the 30s in this country right now when it comes to this?
It is the 30s in this country, but like, I want to go back to one word you use there: education and data and science. Stop with the tropes. They're ridiculous. There is science and research backing up that this is a plant that can help your 80-year-old mother, your 90-year-old dad, right? It can help with pain management. In a country where we are dealing with an opioid crisis, I just can't think of a better way to help more people with a plant.
Yeah, it is. You're right. It's a plant, but do you see the data out there? Is the groundswell? Is it building to the point where maybe in a couple of years we can look back on an interview like this and laugh and go, "Oh my God!"
Say, why did I do that?
Never know. But
why did I ever agree to this?
As you just said, Yoko, remember when it was cash only and a cashless society? Are we getting there?
We will absolutely laugh about this in 5 to 10 years, right? Yeah. And we'll be able to say on this end, we were laughing in 2023. Yeah. The world is catching up to this. And, I just saw another article flash this week based in Seattle here. Cannabis smokers outnumber tobacco smokers.
Yeah, listen.
That's the wave here.
Right. This is crazy because, we're still talking about this. By the way, and I am not Democrat and I'm not Republican. I am an independent, and I can tell you that I'm for smart government. Why wasn't this all supposed to happen under Joe Biden? I'm not trying to point any fingers here, but wasn't that part of the deal? We're 2 years in and still nothing. What are you hearing on the front line?
We are all in support of anything they can do out of the White House or Congress to help this industry because this is helping people.
Before I let you out
of here. I want to go back to the point, though. Most bipartisan issue in this country. Look at the states that are legalizing. This is not a red issue. This is not a blue issue. This is the most bipartisan issue that we have support for across this country.
I think you're at the right place at the right time. Let's talk about Leafly. Let's talk about what you guys are doing and why it's important, because I do think you guys are at the tip of the spear, and I think it's a really important company. By the way, her name, Yoko Miyashita, CEO of Leafly. LFLY is their stock symbol. They are publicly traded under the stock symbol LFLY, and of course, Leafly.com. Talk about what you guys are doing and about how you're moving the needle in this business.
I want to go back to a word, we use this again, education and information. This is a complex plant. There are over 6,000 strains in our database where we help you understand the chemical composition of the plant. How is it going to make you feel? Mm-hmm. And this is where a lot of people who are unfamiliar with this don't get it. This is not like alcohol where you're buzzed, right? And buzzed is essentially one contour. This is a plant, depending on its composition, that can make you feel energized. It can make you feel sleepy. It can make you feel hungry. So our data, our proprietary information allows consumers to dial in and understand what it is they want to try and where to buy. And that's the next most important thing. We connect that consumer funnel. This is one of the largest consumer cannabis funnels in the industry today. And we connect you with licensed retailers and brands where you can place orders for products.
The website, once again, she's talking about is leafly.com. Yoko, you got to come back with us. You got to be our spokesperson for this, and you got to get to San Diego because it's not a big ask. You're up in Seattle. You got to be sick of the rain by now anyway. Come on, get out of the fog.
Twist my arm,
Yoko. Get out of the fun. I think Mike's going to bring it all home in one nice little basket.
Yes. Yoko was the weed that killed the Beatles in the garden.
Boom.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yoko Miyashita. CEO. We got her, didn't we? Leafly, LFLY.
She challenged us.
I want her in studio. I want her on the air. She used to be our spokesperson. In fact, she just committed to it on national TV. Big Biz Show. More to come. Stand by.